it's Coach Miller. Today we are going to be doing juggling. Juggling is a really good activity to learn and practice. It definitely takes a lot of practice. It is not an easy skill, but it is really good for hand and eye coordination with that brain and body connection. It also helps you build your reaction time, your spatial awareness. So it's a really, really good skill to learn, and it's going to help us with our tossing and catching too. So I want you to come along on this juggling journey with me today. It's going to take practice. We're going to do some lead up activities, and by the end, we're going to be working on juggling 3 things at once. Okay. So today for our juggling, I am going to be using plastic bags. Just like the regular plastic bags that you get at the grocery store, the lighter ones probably work better. And the reason we're going to use plastic bags instead of balls or something heavier is because these float. When I toss up my bag, look how long it takes to come down. That is going to help me with my reaction time and being able to learn the motion and movement of juggling. Okay, if you do not have plastic bags at home, I have a couple other ideas for you. One would be a tissue. Tissues work really well, same as the bags. They kind of float down and they give you more time to react than a ball. Small bits of toilet paper would also work. Another thing I think I noticed might work is like the tissue paper from, wrapping presents. And you can just cut it into smaller pieces if you like. And that is also very floaty and really good for working on our juggling. Okay, so go ahead and grab whatever you're going to use. You're going to need 3 of each thing. So either 3 pieces of tissue paper or 3 pieces of tissue or toilet paper or 3 bags. And we're going to start off with 1 and then move on to 2 and work our way up. Okay, so come along on this journey with me and let's have some fun learning how to juggle. All right, here we go.
Pause the video and grab whatever you are going to use for juggling.
Okay, so the first move that we're going to do today is just a 1 bag toss and catch, or whatever you're using. Okay, so I'm actually going to show you the motion with my hand before I start tossing the bag, and I want you to practice it with your hand without whatever you're tossing first. Okay, so I'm going to be using my right hand. Okay, that's this one right here. Because I am right-handed and that's my dominant hand. Okay, when we say dominant hand, that means the hand that you use to do most things like write or eat or throw a ball. Okay, so the tossing is going to look like this. I'm going to go hand on top, okay, and I'm going to be holding the bag like this. So hand on top, and I'm going to toss up and catch it like this. So up and down catch, up and down catch. Okay, so that is the motion. I am not going to toss like a normal underhand toss up this way, okay? Up like that, and then snatch it. I'm going to call this a snatch, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's grab our bag and hand on top, and I'm just going to scoot back so you can see my bag go in the air, and I'm going to toss it and catch it. Toss it and catch it, just like this. All right, let's take a couple seconds to practice this. Here we go. Okay, so now that we've done the toss and catch with 1 bag, 1 hand, now we're going to toss from one hand to the other, because in juggling we're going to be using both of our hands. So I'm going to start with the bag in my dominant hand, just like I did before, and now I'm going to be tossing it and catching it with my left hand. Now you'll see what I'm not going to do is just pass it across, okay, or just pass it super low across. I want to toss it because I want it to go up in the air so I have time to react. Remember that reaction time. So up and catch. And I'm still doing the same motion of tossing up like that and snatching it down like this. So up, catch. And then other hand up and just going back and forth. Now where do you guys think my eyes are the entire time? They're right on that bag, so I know exactly where it is. I'm also tossing it pretty much straight up, and a little bit across my body, but not throwing it like this, because if I was throwing it like this across my body, I would have to be running all over the place to get it, right? And we don't want to do that because we're going to be having to have 3 items going at once. So we want it to go up nice and easy, right in front of us, so we know exactly where it is, so it's easy to catch. All right, let's practice that one for a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to 2 bags. So grab your other bag, or whatever you're using, okay, and we are going to have 1 in each hand. So the last one we went from hand to hand, now we have 1 in each hand. And we're going to hold them just like we held them before, okay, and now we're going to be tossing 2 at the same time. So this one is called cross, toss, and catch. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to cross them. Okay, now this is out where we're going to be crossing the midline. Crossing the midline are really good activities, really good brain activities. If you imagine that there is like a line starting at the top of your head, going all the way down the middle of your body, cutting it in 2 sides, that's our midline. And anytime we cross our midline, that's really good activities for our brain, right? And so this is kind of like that. It might be a little bit tougher when we cross the midline for some of us, but that's okay. It just takes practice. So we're going to hold their bags here. We're going to cross. We're going to toss them at the same time, then uncross and catch. And that same motion, right, of up and then snatching, okay? So it's cross, toss, catch. And let's just try it one time without our bags in our hand. Ready? Get your hands ready. It's cross, toss, and catch. So when you catch, you're not crossed anymore. You see that? One more time. Ready? Cross, toss, catch. Okay. Let's grab those bags and try it again. Cross, toss, and catch. All right, let's take some time to practice that one. Here we go. To the one we just did. We're going to take our bags in our hands, okay, same as before, 1 in each hand. And now we're going to be doing a toss, toss, catch, catch, okay, and it's going to be across our midline, across our body again. So it's going to be, I'm going to reach 1 hand across, and I'm going to start with my dominant hand. So 1 hand across, I'm going to toss over here. My other hand is going to go and toss over here. Then I'm going to uncross, and I'm going to catch, catch. Oh no, sorry. That wasn't right. Okay, watch. I'm going to toss, toss, and then catch, catch. So I'm going to uncross and catch. Now, whichever bag you toss first is going to be the one that you catch first. Okay, so let me show you that again. So it's going to be toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Okay, so let's try that without our bags. Ready? It's toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Good. Okay. Try it with our bags again. Here we go. Toss, toss, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's practice that one. And now this one, we are still going to be using 2 of our bags, but we are going to be having them in one hand this time. And so when we start juggling 3 items, we're going to have to start with 2 in one hand and 1 in the other hand. So we want to get used to tossing 2 things out of one hand. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to take our free hand and maybe put it behind our back so that we don't accidentally use it, or on our hip. Okay, I'll put mine behind my back, and I'm going to hold my bags just like I was before, with my hand on top. Okay, I'm just using my fingers to hold them. And what I'm going to do here, I'm not gripping with my whole hand like this, by the way. Okay, because that's going to be, I'm not going to be able to toss just one. So I'm going to take, like one with a couple of my fingers, and then using my other fingers here to hold this one, okay? I'm going to put my hand behind my back. Now, the trick with juggling is that there's always going to be one thing in the air, okay? Always going to be one thing in the air. So that's kind of practicing with this one. I'm going to toss it up, and as soon as I toss, I'm going to toss my other one, okay? So it's toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch. And this is where that floating really comes in handy. And you can see I'm keeping my eye on the bags. Okay. All right, so that's that motion of toss, catch, just like when we used one, only now we're having to go a little quicker, because as soon as we toss one in the air, the other one's coming down and we got to catch it. Let me show you one more time. Toss, catch. There we go. Just like that. All right, let's practice it. This one can be hard, so just keep at it, keep trying, don't give up. Okay, great job. How did you do? Okay, so for our next one, we are going to do a circle toss. So we are going to start with our bags in the same hand, okay, just like we just did when we went straight up. But now we're going to be kind of making a circle formation, okay? I'm still only going to use my one hand, so my other hand's going to just be by my side or behind my back. Okay, and I'm going to toss, and I'm going to start going in a circle. See how I'm kind of going in a circle in front of me instead of just going straight up and down. Woo! There we go. Really? When you're juggling, it's all about the rhythm, okay? So I'm kind of doing this. I'm doing toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch. All about the rhythm. Try that. Toss, catch, toss, catch. Okay, here we go. So it's toss, catch. There we go. All the rhythm. As soon as I toss, I catch the other one. I'm going in a circle. Okay, let's try that one. Here we go. That one's a tough one, I know. All right, so it is time for us to try our 3 bags. Now, if you are not ready yet and you want to pause this video and practice any of the skills or rewind and go back, go ahead and take as much time on each of the skills as you want, okay? And if you want to try this and then go back to the other things, that's okay too. All right, so let me grab my other bag. So now we have 3 bags here, okay? And I'm going to show you just the motion here. I'm going to have the 2 bags in my dominant hand, just like I did before. And now I have my 3rd bag in my other hand. Okay? Now I want you just to, real quick, try the motion. Let's put our hands down for a second. It's going to look like this. Toss like this. Okay? Just like this. Kind of making little circles here. Okay? So let's try it. I got 2 in one hand. 1 in the other. Okay, so I'm going to toss the one up across my body, just like I did when I was just doing 2. Okay, so I'm gonna toss that up, and once I toss it up, I'm gonna toss this one across my body. Okay, so this one goes across, and then this one goes across. Okay, and remember, we're always keeping one in the air. So across, across, and then I gotta catch, right? Okay, so let me just start that over and show you again. So when this one goes up in the air, then this one goes up in the air. Then I take my hand from here and catch this one, and I'm throwing this one across. So I'm just going across, catch, just like that, okay? All right, here we go. Ready? Just like this. There we go. Keeping my eye on it, going pretty much straight up. And see how they're float, so I have lots of time to react. All right, let me slow it down for you. Here we go. All right, you guys, let's try this one together. I'm going to give you some practice time. Watch, use my video on here just to help you if you need help watching it. And here we go. Let's try it out. Great job, you guys. How did you do? I know juggling is a really hard skill, just like I told you at the beginning. So you may want to watch this video more than one time and go back to whatever level you feel comfortable at, get that down, and then move on to the next level, and then move on to the next level, okay? It is one of those things that you're not going to pick up probably on the first time you do it. It takes a lot of practice and resilience and keep trying attitude. Okay? Now, I always want to remind everybody that we don't say like, we don't give up if something's hard, right? We don't say like, oh, that's too hard, I can't do that. We want to say things like, I can't do that yet, right? But I'm going to keep trying. Don't give up. It's okay if you mess up. When we're learning a new skill, mess ups are necessary. It's how we learn, right? So I want you to keep going with this. Rewind, try it again, keep practicing on your own time, and have some fun learning how to juggle. All right, guys, thanks for coming out and juggling with me today, and I'll see you next time.